Cortez Bryant went to the Rap Radar podcast yesterday, and he kind of like shed some more light on the whole Cash Money Lil Wayne problem. He actually exposed that Cash Money didn't even have $10 million to give them for an advance a few years ago, and that's where the trouble started. Then Wayne even said, hey, let's get Cash Money back on track. Let's just release the album. We'll break a deal with Google. They broke a deal with Google. Then when the deal was brought to Universal, Universal shut the deal down because they didn't understand streaming. Back 3 years ago, they said, we don't have a system in place to do the whole streaming thing, or maybe they're just not getting enough from the streaming.
They had done a deal with YouTube, right? I'm sure they did a deal with YouTube 3 years ago, so YouTube is Google.
I don't know. But, you know, they were doing something with this, some streaming thing. I don't know. What, you know, they were going to basically give the album away for free streaming. They were going to get their money up front. I don't know what happened with that.
You know what I don't understand about that whole thing, Jordan? And I have this question when I hear folks like Drake doing deals with Apple. The artist is signed to the label, like to Universal. Yeah. So if anybody's going to do the deal with Apple, it should be Universal doing the deal, not Drake directly or not Wayne directly with Google. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay, so then he kind of shed light on, well, you know, Slim's the real guy that handles all the business, not Baby. Baby's just the front man because Slim doesn't want to be in the front. I've always said that. Yeah, I mean, I kind of always kind of peeped that from the side, you know, from outside. Yeah. So Slim.
I mean, I dealt with both of them, but Slim was always the businessman.
Yeah, so he would kind of bring the business to the table, then they would all discuss it as a team.
Okay.
Is that
I used to talk to both of them separately.
Yeah.
And then both of them together. Like they really did make decisions jointly. But if I had to say that one was more, and again, this is 1998, so I can't speak for, you know, yesterday.
Right.
But it was Ronald. It was Slim.
Yeah.
He was the businessman.
So how do you think Cash Money gets in a place where they don't have enough money to give Wayne $10 million?
That doesn't make sense to me because when you advance money to an artist as a record label, you do sales projections. You project what you think that artist can make, and then you advance them based on a percentage of sales, right? Because that's what they're going to make. They're going to make their royalties. I've always heard that at Universal they base it on, and again, not an artist as poppin' as Wayne, but like on a mid-level artist, they'll base their projection on paying a dollar for a full-length album or a full-length CD. So if they think somebody can sell 1 million records easily, they're going to advance them $1 million.
Right.
That number would go up for an artist of Wayne's stature. And you know, I don't know what their deal is with Universal anymore. I don't know if it's still a distribution deal or if they're so in debt to Universal that it became a label deal. You know, I'm an outsider. I'm not an insider anymore. So Cortez I don't know.
Cortez mentioned that Universal's getting screwed too in this whole ordeal.
Yeah, you know, the industry gossip is that they're in debt to Universal for $100 million.
Oh, wow.
That's the gossip. You know, that's the lawyer gossip. That's the industry gossip. You know, that they're so far in debt that they're never going to be able to repay that.
You know what I have to assume at this point? I have to assume that Drake and Nicki are dealing almost directly with Universal at this point because we don't hear a lot of problems from their camps with money.
I think they always did. Yeah, I think they always did deal with Universal.
Yeah. I don't think it's
personally.
It might not be a straight 80-20 deal with Universal on those situations, those two situations. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's still, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I can't speak on that.
It's an interesting thing that's going on in the industry right now because they were such a tight knit unit.
Yeah, they were family.
Yeah, now to get, you know, family business put out in the public. I mean, it's almost like, you know, I hate to refer to this, but it's almost like the mob. You know, when you start hearing what happened in the mob back in the days, it's interesting because it was something that was just a mystery before, like Cash Money.
Yeah, now it's all speculation because none of us are insiders, so we're all just kind of speculating. You know, and how amazing is it that they're important enough you know, 18 years later to be speculating. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Rec, why don't you weigh in on something on this? What do you feel like?
Wake up! Wake up!
No, I'm here. I'm just letting y'all speak.
Oh no, yeah, I understand. I just want to give you a chance.
Lil Wayne has many assets that total his net worth. He has a mansion worth $2 million in New Orleans that has an indoor skate park, a $14 million mansion in Miami with a skate park on the roof. He has a private skate park in downtown Miami worth a few $100,000 and a condo in LA worth a few million. He has a Bugatti worth $1.8 million, a few Rolls Royces, each one worth around $400,000. He has a Maybach 62 worth about $400,000 and a Mercedes SLS worth about $250,000. That's just a few of his toys. He also has a private art collection worth millions. He leases a private jet for $55,000 a month. They say on the internet he has $150 million, but he denies that. He says he has more, like he has about half what they say, which is around about $62 million. Keep in mind, BIRDMAN owes him $51 million, which they're currently in court for, so obviously that amount will get to where it should be when this gets settled. Fun fact, he is the creator of the word BLING, if you didn't know. You should know that, though. Anyways, Lil Wayne, aka Dwayne Carter, was born on September 27, 1982 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Lil Wayne was introduced to BIRDMAN at an early age by Lil Slim. He got BIRDMAN's beeper and didn't stop beeping him until BIRDMAN took him under his wing. Lil Wayne's mother was familiar with BIRDMAN because some of her siblings went to school with his siblings, and, you know, he just had a reputation in town. She didn't really like her son hanging out with him, but BIRDMAN had good intentions, showing him what not to do and keeping him on a straight path. Before releasing his solo album, The Block Is Hot, he was part of a group called The Hot Boys with BG, Juvenile, and Turk. When he released his solo album in 1999, he sold 1.4 million copies, which made him a millionaire. He's released 13 studio albums and 29 compilation albums and mixtapes, giving him around 25 million off sales just alone. He has sold around 40 million singles as a solo artist, 60 million as a featured artist, which adds another 10 to 20 million to his net worth. And fun fact, Wayne has done over 100 features, which is unheard of. Lil Wayne has toured the world and brought in around another 50 million just from touring alone. He officially launched Young Money around 2007-2008, even though the idea had been talked about since around 2005. From here came two major artists, Nicki Minaj and Drake, which both have brought in millions for Lil Wayne. He also has a liquor deal, commercial deals, most notable with Samsung. He has a clothing line called Truck Fit, and he has his own Supra shoe line with Supra. Every one of his houses have a full recording studio and a skate park, the two things he loves, and to this day, he still records daily. Calculating his net worth, you have to take into consideration managers, staff fees, and Uncle Sam. He has spent a good portion of his money on living, but what else do you work hard for? You gotta spend it, right? He still brings in millions every year from shows, royalties, commercials, endorsements, and he's far from hurting for cash. He's currently in a legal battle with BIRDMAN for $51 million over unpaid royalties for him, Nicki, and Drake that are due to him, and not to mention 10 million owed for Carter 5 being finished, turned in, and not being accepted. Hopefully, this gets resolved one day soon. Anyways, guys, this is just a quick rundown of Lil Wayne's net worth. I'll get a more in detail bio of Lil Wayne up on the channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll check you guys on the next one.
Been in it 14 years. Actually 13, but it's about to be 14 if you're counting. I met Baby the owner of Cash Money Records, along with Ronald Slim Williams. 2 brothers, y'all know Baby and Slim. I met Baby when I was 11, May 13th, 1993, Friday the 13th. Never forget. Can't forget that. There was a former artist on that label, Lil Slim, from my block, Apple and Eagle, please believe it. Holly Grove 17 Carrollton to the Gristle. His name's Lil Slim. That's still my nigga. He in Cali, and I heard he in Cali still rapping, so shout out to Slim doing this thing, you dig? But he heard me rap before on the block. And you know, he told me I'd tell Baby and Slim about you.